post-fight wrap-up. We're live everywhere now on Facebook. We're live on YouTube, live on Twitter, live on Instagram as well. So if anyone has any questions about the fights we just witnessed on the Zone, headlined by William Zepeda, with his fourth round stoppage after 4 rounds against Maxi Hughes. I just wrote it up on 15rounds.com, and you guys can see the QR code for the boxing's #1 website, 15rounds.com, who are sponsoring us tonight after our post-fight after show. I wrote an assault. That's basically what this fight was. William Zepeda is a must-watch television fighter. He just gets in there and throws about I think Oscar De La Hoya said it right, about 1,000 punches around. He's a tough out for anyone, and these champions in the lightweight division have to fight him, whether it's the Kambosos Lomachenko winner, whether it's Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis. It's and him against anybody will be an interesting fight just because he is relentless, is William Zepeda. So I think him and Shakur Stevenson that's such an amazing style matchup with the pure slick boxing of Shakur Stevenson. Can William Zepeda get in and get his motor running? That is the $1 million question that we will have to see. But William Zepeda looked great tonight at the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Las Vegas. Golden Boy doing a lot of fight cards at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. And if anyone has any questions for us, please, wherever you're watching, try to get to you on the chat, and we will put you up on the screen. Like I said, we're live here on Twitter, a couple Twitter pages, a couple Facebook pages, a couple YouTube pages, and Instagram. Got a nice audience, it looks like, that's building up. So we got to William Zepeda, TKO end of 4 tonight over Maxi Hughes in Las Vegas. The co-feature bout was a real ugly fight between Floyd Schofield and Historio Suero. Schofield was dominating the fight, and Suero, who's been disqualified already once in his career, started doing everything that wasn't legal, punching below the belt. That's actually the punch. That's actually the infraction that ultimately got him disqualified. And let's turn to the camera here. As we get mentioned there, that's actually what got him disqualified, was sitting below the belt. He picked up Schofield once. He threw him down on another occasion. There was a headbutt in the front first round, a lot of holding, but Floyd Schofield was able to stay undefeated. He's a guy, he's been calling everybody out. He's been calling Shakur Stevenson out. He's been calling Keyshawn Davis out. He's been trying to get a big fight, but, Golden Boy, they're going to move him along. And when those fights are ready for him, he's just a young kid. I believe he's only 22 years old, maybe 23 is Floyd Schofield, as he goes to 17-0 as he scores the disqualification victory over Historio Suero. Eric Priest, another good-looking young fighter for under the Golden Boy banner, went to 13-0s. He scored a 10-round unanimous decision over Jose Sanchez. Sanchez now 21-5-1. Scores were 100-90 and 99-91 for Eric Priest, the middleweight prospect now fighting out of Los Angeles. Couple fights, a couple quick knockouts to start the night. Tristan Calcruth, who's a guy's been moving up in weight. I think he was a light heavyweight before. Now, he was listed as a heavyweight fight because his opponent was 201.6 pounds. See if we got any questions. No questions yet. Anyway, you see the QR code, 15rounds.com. Got a big audience there. Everyone watching us on Twitter. Glad everyone can join us. Everyone watching on Facebook and YouTube. Tristan Calcruth, second round stoppage over Marquise Weston. Calcruth, again, another young Golden Boy fighter, is now 13-1 with 10 knockouts. The thing about Golden Boy, you got to love that every time, over the past few years, that company, they said they're floundering. They come up with a lot of great prospects, and that's a good segue into my next discussion here. Jose Iriarte, the 17-time national champion, made his pro debut with a second-round stoppage over Brian Carguacondo. That was in a welterweight fight. Iriarte is a 6'1" welterweight. He's a guy who's going to fill out, probably will end up being a middleweight, super middleweight before it's all said and done. So we will see ascension and the progress of Joel Iriarte as the days and years progressed. So good fights. There's a couple good fights from England today. That was headlined by Nathan Heaney and Brad Pauls fighting to a 12-round split draw in Birmingham, as Frank Warren called it, his magnificent seven. He had a card just like that a few years ago. This one didn't have the big names that one had, but it was a very good show. Liam Davies, very impressive super bantamweight, went to 16-0, notched his 8th knockout, stopped Eric Robles in 2 rounds, and that was a bludgeoning by Liam Davies. Joe Joyce, the heavyweight, who was the interim heavyweight champion for the WBO a couple months back before losing twice to Zheli Zhang. He got back and he was ahead. He won every round. He scored a knockout with about 10 seconds left of the fight against a guy named Cash Ali. Zach Parker, who was 1 fight away for fight for the middleweight championship, lost to John Ryder. He fought Tyron Zayig, who was a former WBA champion, and Parker looked pretty lethargic but got the win in that fight. A couple other fights happened before that. Dennis McCann defeated Brad Strand as well. So thank everyone for joining us. Like I said, we're going to be doing this after every fight. Every fight that I'm home, I do a lot of broadcasting around the country. So if I'm broadcasting another fight, that might be difficult. But we're going to be doing this after every fight that's on like the Zone or ESPN or pay-per-view or one of the major fights, whether it's here, England, Saudi Arabia. I will be at a bunch of these fights too. So we're going to be doing this stuff live from the venue just after the fights have finished up. So I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. And real quickly, if anyone has any questions, while I tell everyone, 15rounds.com, that's it on the QR code. It's the best website in boxing. We got the up-to-the-minute results, the breaking news, the press conferences, the videos, the columns, Norm Fronheim, Mario Ortega, several other great writers, and a couple other writers that we're bringing on board very, very soon. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. We'll talk to you. What's the fight next week? I think there's a fight in England next week. I got to check the schedule. We'll be having a full podcast on Monday, breaking down all the results and news of the week. Plus, I have a couple interviews I have in the can. So we will have a great show for you. Check any of these platforms you're watching on Monday to get all the news, everything in boxing. 15rounds.com, Abrams Boxing on YouTube, or wherever you're watching now. Everyone have a great night, and thank you for joining us.